It's been 22 years since I went into the mountains to attempt 40 days and 40 nights of prayer and fasting. 22 years. And do I regret doing it? No. I have no regrets. Zero regrets. Because it have become a part of my story, a part of my journey, a part of my experience. So I have no regrets. Searching for God and to reconnect with the divine can take us on some unexpected journey, So I have zero regrets. Reflecting on those days, prepping to go into the mountains to do my fast. Did I have any fear about doing it? Sure. Did I have concerns? Yes, I did. Being at the age that I was at that time, a young man, planning to go deep into the woods, out there in the wilderness, all by myself for more than a month. Who wouldn't be afraid? Who wouldn't have major concerns for their safety? I did. But I was hungry for the divine. I was thirsty for the divine. I wanted to present myself, as I mentioned before, as a vessel for the divine to use. Because the stuff that Christ did and his apostles did in the early church, so to speak, I was not seeing none of those stuff being fulfilled in the modern church, where miracles and healings and stuff is concerned. No, I was not seeing none of those stuff. So I was praying and I was asking God, use me to bring back all of those stuff. I am willing to sacrifice myself to be used to bring back all of those stuff. I remember back in those days, I was even planning to be celibate. I said I want to be like the Apostle Paul, who did not get married according to the scripture, who did not have a wife. I was willing to present myself in that manner, to give up on having a wife and having a family just for God to use me. That's how serious I was. So all the concerns and fears about going out there in the wilderness all by myself was not enough to change my mind from going out there. I remember prepping to go there also. I wasn't planning on telling none of my family or my church family. So no one would know where I was for 1 month. No one. Was that a little bit naive? Yes, it was. When we are younger, we believe that we know everything. We can take on the world by ourselves. But as you get older, you gain more wisdom. You gain more knowledge and understanding how to deal with certain things. So I think I was a bit naive about going into the mountain. But then they didn't have like smartphone that they have now. GPS where somebody can find my location. They didn't have it back then. So me going out there all by myself in the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights, I believe it was a little bit naive on my part, but I didn't care. I was too hungry to be used by God. I remember leading up to the time to go into the mountain, I have a friend who passed away. Brother Nemard was a member of the church that I was going at the time. And he was a good friend to me because he treated me like a son, He was like a father and a grandfather to me, the way he treated me. And I was sad because I wasn't going to be able to attend his funeral because I wouldn't let anything mess with my date in going in the mountain to do the fast. So I did what I could leading up to his funeral and leading up to my time going into the mountains. So one morning I woke up early before most of the people in the neighborhood woke up. And I went deep into the woods, and I found a perfect little spot to do my fast and my prayer. And I remember taking my machete and start to chop the trees in the surrounding just to mark that spot where I was going to do the fast, so that when I go back, I can find it. And I knelt down in the woods and I pray for protection and I pray for safety before I leave the mountain. The day finally arrived for me to go into the mountain to do my fast and prayer. And I didn't go early in the morning. I chose to go late in the evening when the sun started to set. I chose that because I didn't want anyone to see me going into the woods. I didn't want no one to know where I was going or what I was up to. So I chose to go when the sun started to set. Now I finally arrived in the mountain at that little spot that I previously chose. And I prayed. Then I started to set up my hammock and everything. Now I'm in my hammock laying down reading the Bible. I heard some humming sound coming in the near distance. And when I look, it was a cloud of mosquitoes. I have never seen so much mosquitoes in all my life. And they start to hit me from left, right, and center. In every angle, those mosquitoes start to hit me. My hands couldn't move fast enough to take them off me. And I said to myself, no, I can't stay in this. If I stay here all night, I'm going to be dead. So I gathered all my stuff as fast as I could. And I sprint off the mountain before it turned dark night. Yes. I attempt to do 40 days and 40 nights of prayer and fasting. But I didn't come through with it. I didn't. Was it a good feeling? No. I feel like I betrayed myself. I felt like I let down God. I felt like I let down everybody. I felt like I didn't have enough faith. I felt like I didn't have enough courage. I felt like if I stayed with all those mosquitoes and kneel down and pray and ask God to let all of them vanish, probably it would have happened. All of those stuff was going through my mind. And I was sad during that time for weeks. And thinking on it and meditating upon it for weeks, I began to talk to myself. And I started to say to myself, even though I didn't accomplish what I went into the woods to accomplish, I was brave enough. I had enough faith. I have enough courage. I have enough determination to do it and even attempt doing it. And that was enough for me. That was enough for me. Deep down inside, I believe God saw what I was about to do and that I was going about it the wrong way and that I was a bit naive. I was young, yes, and believe I can accomplish and do anything. I still believe I can do and accomplish anything, but I wasn't using wisdom. No, I was doing it based on how I feel. I wasn't thinking that logical at the time. And I believe God knows if I stay there in the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights to do that fasting, it would defeat my purpose here on the planet. So this attempt going into the mountain helped to cultivate the type of person that I am today. So I come down off the mountain, resolve my feelings, and start searching again for God. And searching for God lead me to Mormonism. Let me tell you how that happened.